welcome to my channel Rereads. I need to brush my hair because I am awful. I am so tired. It's the 31st of July today, so that means one thing. It is my July wrap-up. I read 4 books in the month of July. That's pretty good going, but three of them I read during the Booktubeathon, and I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I did vlog my experience, and I will be putting that up quite shortly because it needs editing and stuff, which I'm going to do this morning. Woohoo! Anyway, yes, I read 4 books in the month of July and I got 1 unboxing. So let's get into the books. The first book that I read in July was Magician's Guild by Trudy Kavanagh. I devoured this book. I absolutely love this book. I love the magical system in this book. I love the characters in this book. I just loved all the plot twists and plot turns in this book. It is a fantastic read if you like fantasy novels. I would definitely pick this one up. It is the first book in the series, and I am planning on reading the series. I just need to get the 2 other books, but I devoured it and I want to know what happens next. I gave this book a 5 out of 5, and I will be doing a review of my thoughts on this book quite shortly. The next 3 books I read during the Booktubeathon, 3.5 books should I say. The first book that I finished during Booktubeathon, and I wanted to finish during Booktubeathon, that was one of my goals, is The Witch Trade by Michael Molloy. This was a great fun middle grade read that my boyfriend lent me, and I really enjoyed it. I gave this book 4 stars. It was enjoyable, but the plot was a bit jumpy. I was a bit confused when the plot jumped. I was like, how did they get to that point from that point and stuff like that, so I gave this 4 stars. I enjoyed it. I liked I love the characters. I love Sir Chadwick. He's like funny, and I just like the concept of this book. Then the next book I finished this in one day and my head just hurt yesterday. It was just I finished this one day, and also read this book outside, is The Time Witches, again by Michael Molloy. It's the sequel to Witch Trade. Again, I really enjoyed this book. I gave this 4 stars. It's the sequel to The Witch Trade, which I will go into more detail about the plot was about in my review. I thoroughly enjoyed this book as well. It was great. It was action-packed. The plot was fantastic. I love the plot. They go back in time, which is a clue in the title. They go back in time. I read this book in 2 sittings yesterday, and yeah, it was amazing. Again, I gave this 4 stars. Absolutely loved it. And then the next book I loved, the next book I read during Booktubeathon, which is quite surprising because I thought I wouldn't finish it during Booktubeathon, but I just ploughed through it because it was really great writing, was Lyrebird by Cecilia Ahern. This is like 411 pages, and I love this book so much. It's got really fantastic magical realism. It follows Laura, who is found in the forest by a documentary crew who are filming 2 twins, and you find out that, spoilers, one of the twins is her father, and she's been in the woods since she was 16 after her mum and grandma died, and she gets taken in by this documentary crew, and she enters this like competition, but like Britain's Got Talent, and she's not used to all that because she's lived alone for she's 26, so she's lived alone for all that time between 16 to 26 years up in the mountains in Ireland, and it's her way. You just find out about her ways of coping with modern life and things like that, and she mimics like the lyrebird. It does. She mimics all the sounds that she hears, like the coffee machine, people's voices, things like that. It's quite good. I really loved it. I gave this 5 out of 5. I think for me, this must be my all-time favourite Cecilia Ahern book. I just loved it. It was amazing. Her writing style is really lovely. I sped through it. I didn't speed through it, but I devoured it. I love it. This is my favourite book of the month. And I will be doing my July favourites like tomorrow. But yeah, this was my favourite book of the month. I really highly recommend it if you like contemporary and if you like magical realism. It was really great. So that was my July wrap-up. But I have an unboxing. I found this on my settee this morning. So let's unbox. Let's do it. Oh, I hate it when they can't open. It's annoying. Ooh. I don't know what it is. Oh, I do know what it is. yes, I do know what it is. It's a history of heavy metal, which I'm really intrigued about. I got this book to review. I thought it might be interesting to read. I think it's a non-fiction. Yeah, it's non-fiction. It's about the history of heavy metal. Woo, I'm looking forward to sitting down and reading this at some point. So yes, that was my July wrap-up plus an unboxing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.